I'm sure you've heard the news about the latest advancements in PC building. It's an exciting time for tech enthusiasts and gamers alike. Today, we're diving into the world of custom PC builds, focusing on the powerful Ryzen 5 CPU and the versatile B450 motherboard. Whether you're a seasoned builder or a first-timer, this guide will walk you through every step of the process, ensuring you have a smooth and enjoyable experience. Building a Ryzen 5 PC is a game-changer. Let's get started. First, gather your parts. This is a crucial step, as having all your components ready will make the assembly process much more efficient. Lay out everything on a clean, static-free surface to avoid any damage to your sensitive electronics. You'll need a Ryzen 5 CPU, a B450 motherboard, 16 GB of DDR4 RAM, a speedy SSD, and a reliable GPU. These components form the backbone of your system, providing the performance and speed needed for gaming, content creation, and everyday tasks. The Ryzen 5 CPU is known for its excellent multi-threading capabilities, making it perfect for multitasking and running demanding applications. A solid GPU like the GTX 1660 Super, which offers great performance for 1080p gaming, and can handle most modern games at high settings. If you're into video editing or 3D rendering, this GPU will also provide the necessary power to get the job done efficiently, a 550W to 650W power supply, and a good case. The power supply is the heart of your system, providing the necessary power to all your components. Make sure to choose a reliable brand to avoid any potential issues. The case not only houses all your components but also affects airflow and cooling, so pick one that suits your needs and has good ventilation. Step 1. Install the CPU. Open the CPU socket, align the notches, place the CPU, and lock it in place. This step requires a steady hand and attention to detail. Ensure that the CPU is properly seated to avoid any damage to the pins or the socket, and lock it in place. Double-check that the CPU is secure before moving on to the next step. Step 2. Install the RAM. Slide the RAM sticks into the slots and snap them down. RAM installation is straightforward, but make sure to apply even pressure to both ends of the module to avoid damaging the motherboard. Slide the RAM sticks into the slots and snap them down. Ensure that the RAM is fully seated and the clips on the sides are locked in place. Step 3. Install the M2 SSD. Insert it into the M2 slot and screw it down. The M2 SSD provides fast storage speeds, significantly improving boot times and load times for your applications and games. Insert it into the M2 slot and screw it down. Make sure the SSD is secure and properly connected to avoid any issues during operation. Step 4. Install the CPU cooler. Apply thermal paste if needed, place the cooler, secure it with screws, and connect the fan. The CPU cooler is essential for maintaining optimal temperatures, especially during intensive tasks. Proper installation ensures efficient heat dissipation. Apply thermal paste if needed, place the cooler, secure it with screws, and connect the fan. Make sure the cooler is firmly attached and the fan is connected to the correct header on the motherboard. Step 5. Mount the motherboard in the case. Align it with the standoffs and screw it down. This step requires patience and precision. Ensure that all the standoffs are in the correct positions to avoid short circuits. Align it with the standoffs and screw it down. Double-check that the motherboard is secure and all screws are tightened properly. Step 6. Install the GPU. Insert it into the PCIe slot and secure it with screws. The GPU is a critical component for gaming and graphical tasks. Ensure it is properly seated in the slot and secured to prevent any movement. Insert it into the PCIe slot and secure it with screws. Make sure the GPU is firmly in place and the screws are tightened to avoid any issues during operation, and secure it with screws. Double-check that the GPU is secure before moving on to the next step. Step 7. Install the power supply. Place it in the case, screw it in, and connect all the power cables. The power supply is crucial for providing stable power to all your components. Make sure it is properly installed and all cables are connected securely. Place it in the case, screw it in, and connect all the power cables. Ensure that the power supply is secure and all connections are tight to avoid any power issues. And connect all the power cables. Double-check all connections to ensure everything is properly connected. Step 8. Connect storage and front panel connectors. Secure any additional drives and hook up the front panel. Properly connecting your storage drives and front panel connectors is essential for a fully functional system. And hook up the front panel. Make sure all connections are secure and properly aligned. Step 9. Manage your cables. Tidy them up for good airflow. Good cable management not only improves airflow but also makes your build look clean and professional. Tidy them up for good airflow. Use cable ties or Velcro straps to keep everything neat and organized. Now, power up your system, enter the BIOS, and set your boot priority. The BIOS is where you can configure your system settings and ensure everything is running smoothly, and set your boot priority. Install your operating system and drivers. Finally, run some tests, check everything's working, and enjoy your new PC. Happy building. Running tests ensures that all components are functioning correctly and there are no issues with your build, and enjoy your new PC. Happy building. Congratulations on building your dream PC. Now, you can enjoy the performance and capabilities of your new system, whether you're gaming, creating content, or just browsing the web. Your new PC is ready to handle it all. Happy building.